What's going on, guys? Caleb here, Caleb's Property Maintenance. Thank you as always for coming back for yet another video. Alright guys, so today, as the Instagram people know, that's right, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do. Caleb's Property Maintenance, go check it out. Anyway, for those of you guys that know on there, oh yeah, and the YouTubers, yeah. You guys know that I bought a Spreader Mate drop-in sprayer with the 4 nozzle boom that goes on the front of my Earthway spreader. So I'm gonna need to calibrate that sprayer, and I figured a really good test plot would be right here in the front yard. I'm pretty sure we have about 2,500 square feet in the front yard total, both sides. So right here behind me, all the way to the neighbor's driveway we do, as well as this little side right here by underneath the big tree before the dirt. So just right around in there. So I think, and also including both boulevards. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is, about 2,500 just from fertilizing and over the course of 4 to 5 years or so. I think that's about what it is. But what I'm actually gonna do, we're gonna get official here, and what we're going to do is we are going to measure to see exactly what I have. So this way we will get an exact number. So what I have here is a nice rolling tape measure. So that is going to measure. We're going to divide the front yard in a couple sections. I'll show you here. Let me set this down. It's one of the cheaper ones. It doesn't have a kickstand, unfortunately. Okay. So if we look at the front yard here, it's basically pretty square from that corner to their driveway to that tree, and then come on the front of that Pachysandra right there, and periwinkle. We're actually going to be ripping that out. That's another thing. So just come from the corner of their driveway right there to that tree, come straight in front of the periwinkle slash Pachysandra, and straight out to the driveway. And then that section is going to be a triangle. We will calculate the area of that separately. So add the area of this rectangle, this triangle, this boulevard rectangle. What we're going to do here is we're just going to make a line straight there to the front of that bush right there and to the driveway, and then do the rectangle boulevard there. And that is going to tell us the total square footage that we have in this front yard. So without further ado, let's get to measuring. So if we look here, we have 69 feet 2 inches. So we're just gonna round that off to 70. So we had 70 feet by, let's check the width here. So that got us to 33.7, so we're going to round that off to 34. So if we multiply those two numbers, that will give us a total of... So I multiplied those two numbers up, just of the rectangle first part, and that equaled 2380. So 22,380 square feet. That is actually more than I thought, and we are definitely going to get across 2,500 square feet here in the front. So now let's do this front little triangle right here. So I did my base and my height, and for those of you guys that do not know the formula to find the area of a triangle, it's base times height divided by 2. So, because you're basically cutting a box in half the diagonal way is easy way to explain it. So, base times height, it's 30 feet on the base and 12 feet on the height. So let's run those numbers real quick. That gives me a total of 180. If we add 180 over here to 2380, and then we still have to figure out the boulevard. So we already know that that is 70 long because it starts at the same corner as the driveway and goes to the neighbor's driveway. So we know that that's 70 long. We just have to figure out the width of that, and then that we can easily calculate. So the boulevard there is 70 feet long, as we already know, and it's 2.5 feet wide. So if we multiply those two numbers, we get 175. So we add 2380 plus 180 plus 175, and we get 2735. So there we go. We have 2735. We can make that 27. That's what we can do. We can round that just to 2,700 square feet. So just the front alone, we got roughly 2,700 square feet. Now that we know that, we should use approximately 2.7 gallons in our sprayer, because if we want 1 gallon per 1,000 square feet, we should use approximately 2.7 gallons, so just shy of 3 gallons on just the front yard here. So now, if you guys join me tomorrow, which you guys won't even know it's tomorrow, but as you guys can see, the sun is setting over there, so I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I know it's Easter Sunday, but I'll be free in the afternoon. Why don't we come out here in the yard, let's get down to business, and let's get this sprayer calibrated. That way we can know exactly what PSI I need to set it at and what my walking speed needs to be. So that way I can put down an even application. Make sure I don't put down too much, but I don't put down too little, just the right amount, and I can't wait to do it. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and that's it. We'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, we are back. Got the sprayer. Just have to dump in 3 gallons of water like we discussed earlier, because we know that it's about 2,700 square feet in the front, so that equals about 2.7 gallons of water we want to use, so roughly 3 gallons. I got a gallon jug right there, and we're gonna fill that up 3 times, dump that in the sprayer. Now real quick, I'm already noticing a downfall of the sprayer, and that is you can't see the side of the tank. So obviously there's no way for you to tell how much liquid's in there, so that's the reason for the gallon tank, unfortunately. But you know, I am a precise person, so I guess in a way a gallon container is good. So alright, let's dump in 3 gallons and then we'll set the PSI. I think I'm gonna try 35 and we'll see what happens there. Perfect. 3 gallons dumped in. Come on. Now let's turn the switch on. Watch the PSI go. So I guess the tank has to pressurize before it'll get, because now we're about 30. Right at 35. All right, now that that is complete, we can get to spraying. The fun part. I can't wait, guys. I really cannot wait for this. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, now let's check and see how much water we got in here. Left. So, I would say we got about a gallon. I don't know if you can see in there. I say it's about a gallon. I still have the boulevard to do there, but that's not going to take a gallon just to do that, so I could say we could bump up the PSI a little bit more. So let's see now how much we have left. Yeah, we still got a fair amount in there. So I actually want to test the spray pattern just to see how it is here in the street, so we can look and see at 35 psi what kind of coverage we're getting. But it still tells me that I need to up the psi at that walking speed. I wouldn't want to walk much slower than that, but I do want to walk pretty slow. So let's test here in the street. Let's see what the spray pattern is, and we'll go from there. Because I might as well just use up the rest of the water that's in there and dump in 3 more gallons, adjust the PSI to 40, and then try again. what do you guys think? I think that looks pretty good. Maybe I could see going to 40. Probably be all right at 40. I mean, it's covering pretty good. I mean, even if you look, I mean, it takes a second on the road for it to like get in the blacktop, but if you look at this, I mean, this is looking pretty good to me. I mean, that's about as even of a coverage as you can get. Right there's the edge. Right there's the edge. Alright guys, so I've tried a couple more times actually going the short way on the lawn, and I actually got it up to 50 psi, and let's see how much water I have left after I'm done. So we have here about half a gallon, maybe a shy less, and I also did the boulevard with the hand sprayer, so it was actually like at right around 48 psi coming out when I was using the boom on the lawn. So I think 50 psi should be perfect. Also, I know some of you guys that I'm talking to may be homeowners that are not going to invest in something like that, and that's totally cool. I'm sure you guys have seen hose end sprayers. They work great, but you may be saying, but Caleb, I am a little bit apprehensive when it comes to this liquid stuff. I don't know. I'm scared, I'm nervous, I might apply too much, too little. Oh, what do I do? And really, it's no different than granular. You can do the same. You can over apply with granular, you can under apply. Same thing. But the bottom line is you just have to get out there and do it. There's nothing like doing it, guys. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I had some apprehension when it came to this here. You know, 4 nozzles, going around obstacles, how am I gonna do it? And you know what, just getting out here, just use your hose end sprayer with water and just get out there and get a feel for what it feels like actually doing it. And I tell you, you're gonna feel a lot more confident after that. You're gonna be able to say, oh Caleb, I totally got this. I'm gonna have the greenest lawn on the block and everyone's gonna know it. And that is gonna be so awesome. So go for it, guys. Just do it. It's not really that complicated. Like I said, I was a little bit scared of that, but now that I've gotten out here and actually used it, it's not that bad, and I am so stoked. This is gonna be awesome. So yeah guys, just get out there and do it. Just do it. Same thing when it comes to granular. Might apply too much or might apply too little. Just get out there and do it. Believe me, just by doing it, you'll gain a whole lot of confidence. So that concludes this video. That's all I have for you guys today. So as always, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one outside. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.